How's it going? Welcome back to the show. This is You Made Roscoe. I am Roscoe, and I got my partner in crime with me. I got Sally Sale in the building. What it do, my dude?
My brother Roscoe, it's been a minute from the last time I was on here, man. Hope that all is well with you and Roscoe Village. I definitely miss y'all, man. Hope y'all okay out there in the world, whatever part of the world y'all in, and y'all already know, man, what's happening.
Yeah, that's what I was missing. The what's happening part. I was waiting on that. I was like, is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? But no, me and Sale, we are here today to do a reaction to a video that is titled NBA Legends Explain Why Caitlin Clark is on a different level. And me and Sale, we're gonna both be probably learning a lot more than we know right now about Caitlin, which is not a whole lot, but that's cool. You know what I mean? This is educational right now. So before me and Sale get into it, I do want to ask for anybody who hasn't that they please subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you hit the notification bell, and you can go and make sure that you support Caitlin. Who isn't in this world right now? Like everybody supporting Caitlin Clark right now. Well, not everybody, but it's wild out here in these streets. But yeah, no, make sure that you support her, support this page, of course, because we just want to check out this video because that's all we try to do. But yeah, Sal, you ready to do this, bro?
Yes, sir.
And just to ask you, like, how much are you familiar with like Caitlin Clark and like her whole bursting upon the scene in the last, let's just say, 2 years or so?
All I know is she's a white girl from Hawkeyes, Iowa. The Hawkeyes, I believe. I know she's a sniper. She's a shooter.
Mhm.
I think the last time I seen her is when she went up against Curry in a little 3-point contest at the All Star, the NBA All Star game. So that's about as much as I know. I seen a few highlights here and there of her in threes. I think she lead the women's college league in 3-pointers, I believe.
She may have. I know that she like I think she broke the all-time scoring
Okay.
record.
Okay.
I think that's what and it may have been the threes as well too. I don't know, but I know the scoring record all time. I think she got that. So
And
uh,
then her and her little rivalry with LSU with what's her name? Outside of that, I don't know much.
yeah, yeah. No, I know just little bits and pieces myself. So we're gonna let these NBA legends school us on how they feel about Caitlin Clark, and then we'll add our comments in as we, pepper those in as we go along. But I'm ready. Sale look like he ready. Let's get it. Let's go.
So
Forget the headlines that focus on everything but the game. Let's be real here for a moment. If Caitlin Clark were just an average player, would she be as renowned as she is today? Absolutely not. Her widespread recognition is a testament to her extraordinary talent. For those who believe that game recognizes game, the accolades and respect Caitlin receives from the NBA legend speaks volumes about her abilities. This young phenom is reshaping women's basketball. It's just that simple. But don't just take our word for it. Hear it from the NBA greats themselves. The first legend who's been very vocal about Clark's talent is Kevin Garnett. On his podcast, Ticket and Truth with Paul Pierce, Garnett discussed Clark's potential to compete at the highest level. And Pierce asked a thought-provoking question. Could Caitlin Clark score in an NBA game if she played 30 minutes? Garnett did not hesitate to answer. He compared Clark's playing style to Steph Curry's, stating,
If you ain't in a Steph Curry shape, that's how she plays, bro. She gonna give you more than 10. She can shoot, and she she got work, bro. It ain't tough no more. You can't hand check. And if you let a motherfucker wiggle, you feel me? Yeah. Man, she can wiggle. Matter of fact, what's she playing with? A women's ball? Women's ball?
Nah, she playing with the NBA ball. She can get 10.
She can still get money in that motherfucker.
I think she can get 10.
Hearing Garnett, a Hall of Famer, speak so highly of Clark just shows how extraordinary her talent is. And Garnett isn't alone in his admiration for Caitlin Clark. His podcast partner, Paul Pierce, has also been pretty vocal about her talent. After Clark's Iowa team defeated LSU with Clark dropping 41 points, Pierce was pretty quick to give credit where it was due. Asked about Iowa's victory, Pierce didn't hold back, saying,
I mean, the obvious answer is Caitlin Clark. But let me tell you something before I get to her. I was mesmerized by her. And I will tell you this. This was the greatest performance I've ever seen in the NCAA tournament, girl or boy.
But the truth didn't stop there. His further comments created a media frenzy. He bluntly just shared his admiration for Clark's dominance, adding,
we saw a white girl in Iowa do it to a bunch of black girls. Well, of course. That made it like, oh, that gained my respect. That's like, oh, she didn't do this to some other little white girls that was over here in Colorado, wherever. She did it to some girls from LSU who we thought was some dogs.
Defending champs,
and put them on their knee and spanked them.
Now, another vocal NBA legend has been Allen Iverson. Iverson's impact on basketball is immense, obviously. His influence on the game both on and off the court are undeniable, and he sees in Clark a similar transformative potential for women's basketball. Before Clark was drafted into the WNBA, Iverson praised her NCAA performances. When asked about his thoughts on Clark, Iverson spoke his mind.
Man, shoot the blood out of the ball. You know what I mean? And then just how aggressive she is, and not just scoring the basketball, getting her teammates involved as well. I think she's so great for the game. You know what I mean? It was a pleasure watching her, and I just think down the road, she's going to only get better.
Allen Iverson's admiration highlights just how exceptional her talent is and reinforces her impact on the sport. Caitlin Clark's ability to score or set up her teammates from anywhere on the court, all with momentum, makes her a thrill to watch for any basketball fan. Her deep three-pointers from the logo remind many of Stephen Curry. And her incredible court vision allows her to make these accurate one-handed passes out of nowhere, making her a constant threat. Women's college basketball has always had great players at the top, from Cheryl Miller to Cheryl Swoops, to Lisa Leslie to Diana Taurasi, Candace Parker, Breanna Stewart to Sabrina Ionescu. However, a deeper talent pool came out of college this time, creating more stars and attracting new audiences to the WNBA. Fans...
Let me pause this for a second. I'm going to push this back just a little bit. And they applauding Caitlin Clark, and rightfully so, in my opinion. But I'm gonna ask you about what you think about what you heard up to this point, Sale.
I agree with everything KG said, man. I mean, if she was to play in the NBA, men's NBA, I think she could kind of hold her own and definitely get buckets. I mean, you kind of seen that firsthand. Like I said, with the NBA All-Star game, with her and Curry going back and forth. And I believe they were shooting with a regulation NBA ball, if I'm not mistaken. And she was giving him a run for his money.
See this? I gotta stop you. I gotta stop you right here before you continue. I gotta stop you because even when KG said it, I shook my head because I was in disbelief because and I don't want to come off as a sexist because I'm not. And not in the least bit. Like, I believe in if women are able to do any said thing, they should be doing it, but I just don't think a woman could like thrive in a real NBA game, regardless of how talented, because you got to deal with the physicality still.
Well, he's like he said, a lot of rules and stuff will cater to her. I mean, look at the way the league is now. Like he said, you can't do a lot of hand checking. It's just certain things that kind of gives her advantage. Now I'm saying she's going to be getting buckets every single game. No, but I think 10 is pretty doable. Shit.
If she gets 10 for the free throw line, If she
The
get
lowest
10,
man on the totem pole can get
uh,
you 10, and not necessarily. She can get her damn Curry on and fucking shoot the three from half court. So I mean, it's possible. I think it's doable. I really think it's doable.
I don't know.
I really do. And I think 10, the way KG said, is being courteous.
What? What?
I think so.
You think
Like,
10 is being courteous?
I think if she was to play in the league, I think honestly with her set of skills, I think she'll be deadly when it comes to the pick and roll now and just pulling up.
I don't know. I don't know. Me, I'm just and in her playing in the men's game, that's where like my doubts come in, but like her playing against like women, like I can say like I had some tiny doubt that she was more hype than anything else, but the more that like because everybody has been on her as of late, everybody's been watching her. Angel Reese has been causing it like this racial firestorm online,
which I don't like at all.
I'm really disgusted by that part. Like,
yeah, me too.
Highly disgusted by that part because it's making what's supposed to be a beautiful thing that's happening right now. The fact that people are so focused on the WNBA and it's really starting to spread into not just Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, but into other players, Aja Wilson, and some of these other players that don't get no notice or didn't get the notice, but now they are. You know what I mean? And like me, like I've been watching a lot of these other players. I'm like, wow, like this what I've been missing. Either that or it's gotten better. The product has gotten better. I don't know, but
I mean, I agree. I think them two definitely has brought bigger attention and more light on the WNBA compared to the later past.
right.
They definitely have. And you're starting to see, like you said, you're starting to see other women on the collegiate level move up that you probably wouldn't technically heard of. Like I can't think of the one girl name from South Carolina. I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but she got drafted to this year's 2024's draft with Caitlin and them, and she's a monster.
Okay.
So I mean, there is ups and downs. I guess the thing I don't like is like you said earlier, it's just I don't like the whole black and white thing. I don't like the race thing. I just wish to go back to the skill level. Like it don't have to be black against white or it isn't like that. And that's the jacked up thing. And that tells you about our society today too, though, man, that it's just more of it's like why we just can't just stick to the game, just stick to skills, just stick to the skill level. Like
no, it's
be black and white. That shit is aggravating to me.
It is crazy, dude. I really don't like it. And it's what you said, man. Let's just talk about the skills. Let's not be, to the point where we have to bring down one of the players in order to lift up the other one. If you want to lift up one, just lift her up. You know what I mean? Like we support Caitlin or Angel, but don't bring down the other one.
They don't, especially with the WNBA. They don't get enough attention as is. Now, this year it just seems to be like everybody eyeballs is on the WNBA, which it should be, because I do feel there's a lot of talented women in that league. It's just they don't get a lot of limelight and support compared to the NBA, which I understand the reasons and why. But now you have a chance to try to change that momentum to bring more folks in, bring more fans in, bring more limelight, revenue, money. I mean, but
yeah, people are starting to get it. But, what's her pace? Caitlin is starting to cut up lately. I know she been getting these crazy double doubles. That's been like wow, But
Angel's been nasty too from the few stats I've been reading and seeing lately. So
Angel been getting that money too. So it's been real. But let's keep this going.
Fan. Her deep three-pointers from the logo remind many of Stephen Curry. And her incredible court vision allows her to make these accurate one-handed passes out of nowhere, making her a constant threat. Women's college basketball has always had great players at the top, from Cheryl Miller to Cheryl Swoops, to Lisa Leslie to Diana Taurasi, Candace Parker, Breonna Stewart to Sabrina Ionescu. However, a deeper talent pool came out of college this time, creating more stars and attracting new audiences to the WNBA. Fans are tuning in not because they're told to support women's sports, but because the games have become more compelling on their terms. And it's Clark who represents this shift. Her dynamic play style not only captivates die-hard basketball fans, but also draws in those who might not have previously followed women's basketball. It's her extraordinary talent and thrilling performances that are breaking barriers and bringing new eyes to the sport. And with her incredible performances and record-breaking achievements at Iowa, Shaq couldn't help but give her due respect. He went as far as declaring her as the best female collegiate player ever.
I'm going to go on the record and say she's the best female collegiate player ever.
And it's hard to argue with Shaq's assessment with what Clark achieved. Her record speaks for itself. She dominated the Big Ten like no one before, becoming the only player to lead her conference in both scoring and assists for 4 consecutive seasons. She also holds the NCAA Division I all-time scoring record and also broke the NCAA tournament records for three-pointers and scoring. But what's truly remarkable is how Clark is making waves in the WNBA now, doing things that have never been seen before. Her presence is transformative, not just during the game, but also far beyond the court. Her capacity to attract large crowds and significantly boost television viewership is unmatched by any of her peers. This drawing power, however, has not been without controversy, as it seems to have stirred a little bit of envy among her peers. Clark has maximized the modern advantages of social media, propelling her brand and endorsements to levels previously unseen in women's basketball. But despite her immense popularity, the narrative around her insists that she receives no special treatment on the court, nor should she be subjected to undue criticism simply for being who she is. Her influence has lifted the WNBA to heights once thought unattainable, a fact not lost on LeBron James. Speaking on his podcast, Mind the Game, LeBron emphasized Clark's impact, stating,
"The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in. I saw for the first time that they had a chartered plane for the first time in their league history. You know, they flew private. That should be celebrated in its own right. For anyone that's, you know, in sports that's flown commercial or flown, you know, charter, that should be celebrated. And it's because of Caitlin Clark. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it fucked up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA.
This from LeBron doesn't just hide.
He said it right there. He said it, and you know, I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. Just the impact of her being able to generate all this viewership and bring in all these people, it has been crazy. And I've said it earlier, like, I haven't cared about watching the WNBA in forever. You know, maybe since the very beginning when Don Staley was still playing. And even then, didn't care about watching like a whole game. I catch the highlights on SportsCenter. You know what I mean? Looking the box score maybe once or twice a year. You know what I mean? It's been different this year, though. It's been different because now I've been, like I said, I've been keying on not only on Fever games or Sky games, but I watch a lot of the Aces now. The Aces, I think, is like my favorite team. I think I like the Las Vegas Aces. So yeah, no, none of this happening without Caitlin. But you say what you got to say, bro.
I mean, like I said earlier, I mean, I agree. The attention that the WNBA is getting now compared to last year, years before that is crazy. And I'm curious, and I'm going to do my own little research once this season is over with. I just want to see how much revenue the WNBA made compared to last year and a few previous years, just to see how much of an impact has it became since she's been in the league this year. just as far as like just the revenue alone, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely curious, but I think things are going to be on the up and up for the WNBA if not even just her, but just women coming from college coming in that's really putting in that work and bringing in that light. So, I mean, I'm all for it.
Yeah. 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 No, I agree with you.
They
So
deserve to get paid because I know beforehand they weren't really getting paid too much of anything. So,
yeah. Yeah. I mean, they had to go overseas. I still think that's a thing, that they have to go over there, and still play over there, but to make up for or recoup some of the money that they would make if they was making anything close to NBA money. And nobody is crazy in saying that they should be making NBA money. Yeah.
no, but definitely a lot more than what they're making now to still be able to live during the off season.
Yeah, I'm gonna play devil's advocate because it really just boiled down to like you gonna earn what you generate at the end of the day as a just on a business from a business level. Like if as a and because they still lose money as a company, the WNBA. So for them to say we should be making more money, the people in the company, and the company is a failing company. So how do you say we deserve more money if you ain't generating money?
Because they're probably looking at it from their skill level and what they bring to the table to the league. I think with what you're talking about, it ties more into sponsorships into the league. I think for the simple fact, a lot of these sponsors that the NBA has, and they have a plethora of sponsors for the NBA, I think either a lot of companies were just hesitant, just for the simple fact, it's women basketball. A lot of folks really don't tune into it. But I think now, I think that might change from here on out, which is why I said I kind of want to do my at the end of the season just to see. And I think more sponsors will start pouring into the league, and I think that'll help not only get the WNBA out of the hole with revenue, but I think, like I said, I think things are going to start to turn for the better for them once other big companies, things like that start pouring into the league. So
Yeah. I hope that's the case. I really hope that's the case because it can't be it can't be just this company that's not bringing in much and receiving help from the NBA to stay alive, and yet you asking for more money. But I get what you're saying about like
yeah,
the craft and what they do does deserve more. You know what I mean? And now I think, like you said, the byproduct of the one or two or the few new faces that's coming onto the scene is starting to bring eyes to the other people that's been there already, so that's what's
and not even just domestically, not even companies that's domestic here in the United States, but international as well. You know, I
yeah.
think once folks overseas, and I think they probably have been seeing what's going on, I think they'll eventually start pouring into the league as well with endorsements and things of that sort, which not only will work for not only Caitlin and Angel, but for everybody else in the league that could probably, help them get more revenue. So these next few years, I think are critical, or
Yeah.
very crucial, I should say. And I'm gonna be curious to see what happens. If, like I said, I think it's a change for the better for the league, man.
No, it better be. It better be. I like Aja Wilson too, by the way. I've been I tried to go into inbox and tried to get on my show. I'm still
Lord.
she has been communicating with me too, by the way. I just want to throw that out there,
Okay.
but she
God's
did say, no, she did throw out there like I got to talk to management and all that. She treated me like one of those. I'm like, do I look like a dude that goes through management and stuff like that? Do I really look like that dude? I don't know.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, I'm totally not that dude, but yeah, no, not yet anyway.
It's funny.
At some
That's
point I will be
hilarious.
that dude, but I'm not that dude right now. But let's keep it.
And that's, in sports that's flown commercial or flown, charter, that should be celebrated. And it's because of Caitlin Clark. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it fucked up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA.
This from LeBron doesn't just highlight Caitlin's skills, it acknowledges the weight of expectation she carries and her role in shaping the future of women's basketball. Her journey in the WNBA, though, hasn't been without its hurdles. Despite a rocky start to the season with the Indiana Fever, harsh flagrant one foul from Kennedy Carter of the Chicago Sky, Clark continues to garner support from basketball's elite. And among her prominent advocates is also Charles Barkley, who shared his thoughts on her during an interview. He was full of praise for Clark, particularly noting her professionalism and her ability to stay clear of media dramas.
I mean, what she's done for the game the last couple of years, she is a shining star. And the thing I like about her, man, she doesn't say a word. Yeah, she's never said a word about anybody. She just shows up and does her job.
Despite his expectations that Clark would face physical challenges from WNBA veterans, Barkley expressed a little disappointment over the extent of the rough play.
But I didn't think she was going to have to worry about all this petty nonsense that's going on.
However, there are some people who don't see the situation through the same lens.
This brilliant trick keeps you cool in summer, even during heat waves and power outages. This new invention is smaller.
Former Pacers guard.
Yeah, we gonna skip past Reggie and what he got to say. I think the general consensus of this video is going to pretty much be, that Caitlin is good and all that, because I know we only got so much time left in this video. I'm gonna push it to right there and then see what's left to be said, and then we can say what we got to say.
She has been embarking on in her professional career is nothing short of captivating. Fresh off her collegiate triumphs, she found herself at the base of a new mountain in the WNBA. And this transition, of course, hasn't been without its challenges. Her team, the Indiana Fever, has struggled, and Clark herself has faced difficulties in replicating her college-level dominance. Through the first 13 games, she posted averages of 16 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. Pretty impressive for a rookie, but not the kind of statistics that make front-page news. But despite these early hurdles, there are clear signs that she's adapting and evolving. She's fine-tuning her game, adjusting her shooting and passing to meet the challenges of professional play. You can see her leadership on the court too, directing herself and her teammates to where they need to be to maximize their effectiveness. Even though she could be better at times, this adaptation process is why so many NBA legends continue to believe in her potential. They recognized her raw talent early on, and now they're watching her transform challenges into opportunities, reshaping her game to conquer the WNBA just as she dominated the collegiate courts. All right, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you thought down in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the episode if you...
All right. Let me push it back. Let's find a shot of Caitlin up in here somewhere. Or I like that shot.
That's a classic picture.
That's a classic because this shot and kind of where a bunch of the BS started too.
Yep.
A bunch of the BS, and we don't have to elaborate on all that because I'm pretty sure anybody coming into this video kind of knows the genesis of this whole Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark thing. But this video here, let me enlarge us here. This video was NBA legends explain why Caitlin Clark is on a different level. And Sale, I want you to elaborate on your thoughts on this video and what we saw and heard.
It's like I've been saying throughout this whole video, she's definitely brought a whole nother, what's the word I'm looking for?
Fan base,
rejuvenated. The league will probably be the best thing for me to say. It's not just her. There's a few other people that's kind of, but it's like mainly it's who they talk about well between these two.
Yeah.
Who they mainly talk about. And while I appreciate that, is like you said, there's been a few other people in the draft that's doing their thing too. But I think just the history between these two from their college days and folks have been following, I think the attention is kind of rightfully deserved in a sense. And they just want to see that transition from college to professional. And while this is just year one, and she's already doing her thing, I think folks are anxious for what's to come seasons on in.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think things are on the up and up for the WNBA. I kind of been out of touch in a sense, but definitely gonna keep my eyeballs and keep my ears to the TV and radio. But I think all the attention she's getting is kind of warranted in a sense. I mean,
Yeah.
got skills. She's nasty. Like I said, she's an assassin. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you gotta just take it and run with it. I mean, that's what happens with a lot of greats. All that attention get on you. You're either gonna prevail or you're gonna break. And right now, she's definitely prevailing.
Yeah.
You
You said it, brother. She is really starting to put it together. I think the guy in the video at the end there when he was saying that she's adapting, yeah, she is big time. I think because people was doing was adding in all of the vitriol and the hate and the malice, and they not really seeing this whole thing for what it was. And a player coming into a new situation, trying to learn new teammates, trying to adapt to a new coach, new system, all this stuff that if we ain't just talking if this was Caitlin Clark, but if this was anybody, that's an adjustment for anybody, so Caitlin had to come into all of this, on top of, all of the scrutiny that was going on behind, the rivalry between her and Caitlin Clark. And what I want to see happen with these two, because I think you said something about the thing for them in the future, especially like these two. I would love to see like a healthy Bird and Magic like rivalry come out of this. Healthy is the key component though.
That's gonna be hard because their fan bases are crazy. And I remember when they was having this whole little rivalry with them, especially like I'm on some of these sport pages on Facebook and stuff between them, and I heard a lot of
yeah, no, it's
Caucasian individuals really talk bad about her.
Yeah,
I mean, like racist shit, and it's like it doesn't have to be about like it irks me.
Yeah,
but folks are gonna feel the way they feel and do what they want to do at the end of the day. But as long as these two don't make it like that, then I'm fine for it. Everybody gonna talk the way they talk, but as long as they don't get to that space or that level and just keep it just keep it competition wise.
We all good. Right. You got to keep it healthy Bird and Magic rivalry.
Yeah.
Speaking it up. So everybody now, we going to try to do the right thing. We're all grown-ups, so let's do the right thing and treat this rivalry the right way. But me and Sal, we got to get up out of here. Before we leave, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the share button, hit the playlist option. You'll find this in sports reactions and basketball highlights. Those are two separate playlists, that you'll see on this page. So you'll see this and everything else that's in there. You'll see a lot of great stuff that we've reacted to that has, sports related stuff. So you'll see that. We have a lot of other playlists. A lot of that stuff is music related, but as you can see, we step outside of that. So when you get a chance, check that stuff out. Cash App, $ You Made Roscoe, PayPal at You Made Roscoe. Super thanks option is available. That's pretty much it. Me and Sale, we got to go. We got a little more than a minute. Sale, say something to the people.
Roscoe Village, I miss y'all. Y'all see me in a minute. I'll save my spiel for another time. Love y'all. Miss y'all. See y'all in the
All right. So yeah, no, until next time, y'all be safe, be good. Deuces.